This week we're going to have a pork vegetable stir fry pasta. Okay.
All right.
Right now,
I see all the
cleaning off
veggies.
this meat. Yep. You got all the veggies there. We're going to add some squash. Get some meat ready.
Now, when you say stir fry, sometimes people get the idea of rice. What's the idea with the pasta?
Well, the stir fry basically is really just the vegetables itself and being stir fried.
Okay.
You could either mix rice with it later, or sit it on top of the rice or whatever. Even fried rice is basically a type of stir fry. So we get these. Yeah.
Again, tell people a little bit on how you do your pasta. That's a lot of pasta.
Well, yeah, because it's going to be a pretty good amount of servings. Me, I usually use a touch of salt, maybe a teaspoon, tablespoon of oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, or something like that in the water before it, so it'll give it a good texture. You know when it's done. And these are definitely done. Let that settle for a minute. Got some celery here. And we're going to prepare these. Garlic.
Oh, really? Garlic?
Oh yeah, always garlic. Yeah, garlic's paramount in most cooking, you know. So we get these. These chopped up real good. That's the thing about these, you chopping them up, you can just smell them.
Smells good.
Yeah. And then we're gonna get this squash.
Now, a lot of people sometimes with squash, what kind of flavor does squash give to any kind of meal?
Depends on how seasoned and what you're cooking it with. You know. Now, me the first time I ever had squash in my life, it was fried. My grandmother made it. That's that old Southern thing. Fried squash, like with the fish and the fried green tomatoes. They fry some squash too. Yeah, it was good. Fish, the squash, the fish, the grits.
Grits.
Yes, fish and grits. I remember the first time I turned my kids on to that, they were hooked. I've had some bluegill, some crappies, and got up that morning, made it for breakfast. It's like the first time I turned them on the shrimp and grits. That's kind of like, that's a deep south dish too. Okay, so this out the way. We'll bring out another one. Slide that over this way, and we're gonna get this meat.
When you slice it up in the way that you had it in the package, is there any way that you're trying to slice it up, or is it a regular way, or are you just going in chunks, or how's that going?
Well, I mean, you know, it varies according to, you know, who's doing it and what they're doing with it. But I'll give this some moderate slices, some chunks to go with it. Cook down in the stir-fried vegetables. Give it some texture.
like the knife that you've been using, right?
Yeah, this, like I said, this is one of those Ginsus. It's not like you have to keep them sharp, and they're very sharp. Though you really got to watch yourself with them, because it is very easy to cut yourself on these. I've been using them for a long time, so I don't cut myself anymore, rarely anymore.
Okay.
Okay,
Alrighty.
put that together. So, from here we have the vegetables, we have more meat. And what we're gonna do now, let's get this thing going. Get everything going with that. Should be in business. As usual, gotta have these seasonings. And as usual, I use a host of seasonings. Give it that added flavor. Sauce is just right. And the first thing we're going to do is get the meat in there. There we go. Let me get that in there first. Seasoning going. Some garlic and herbs. Garlic powder. Some red pepper. Give them some spice. Such a meat to the rice. As usual, Italian seasoning. And as you can see, the oils and stuff from the meat are coming up as it's cooking.
So this kind of meat, do you have to put a cover over it, or do you need just let it? You know how like last time?
I mean, yeah, it can be done, but that's usually when you're doing fresh vegetables, because it takes them a little longer to,
Okay.
like, we'll probably need to cover some of it once we drop this squash and stuff in.
Okay.
You know. But at the moment, it's cooking pretty good right now. So, trap some of this in there. There we go. Get some of that pork flavor built up. Squash, garlic, celery.
Are you using rinsing again for the vegetables?
Yeah, because these were frozen.
Okay.
So there was a lot of ice built up. So I'll keep it. It would have been different if they were fresh. Like those, they didn't need it.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Squash, yeah. Squash is cooking down real good. absorbing all that juice, and that flavor, and the seasoning. Let's pop it over here. That's when you know it's done right. All comes out. Cool this down.
Oh, so you're cooling it down?
Yes.
And cooling it down, is that a way of it not sticking?
Yes.
Okay.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Squash cooked down real, look at it, real tender, just like the meat. While going like that, you can add these vegetables in, get them going. Last of the vegetables go in.
Big wok makes it easier.
Oh yes, it does. In so many ways. Now I'm gonna start transferring some pasta. Go. Get this served up. As usual,
Oh, right.
there you go.
There it is.